After 5 Radio.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, bangers. How are you
Thank
guys?
you so much. Oh, we're doing good. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, I
Yeah,
am
thank you.
glad. It was long time coming, was it not?
It was. I think you reached out, I think last summer. I think I heard something last summer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, summer became busy, and then I didn't go on radio for a bit as well.
Yeah.
So I am kind of backlogged and trying to catch up with a lot of people. I'm like, oh my gosh. But
It's
no,
all right.
it is actually a pleasure and an honor having you guys here.
No, thank you so much. We
No,
appreciate the
thank you for
opportunity
having
to be
us.
here.
No, it
Teach
is
us your ways,
awesome.
how you balance all this, Amanda. Teach us your ways.
As you can see, it took us 10 minutes to be normal. You won't be normal, so I have no way that I can teach you, but I am sure you can actually balance because you guys are doing amazing, by the way, just so you know. And yeah, we're watching, and hence the reason why we're actually chilling here so people can get to know you a bit more for those who don't.
No, that's
I
great.
know.
No, thank you.
No, that is awesome. And so, for those who are actually tuning in right now, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do come through as we are live. And if you have any questions for this, guys, we'll be checking the comments and we'll try and ping them for you or any shout outs or whatever. And I am your host, aka the hype lady, Miss ThandoAmy. While those guys are actually asking me, good, how do you do this? Oh my gosh, as you can see, my eyes, like I am so exhausted, guys, but I love it. The good thing is I love it. So as let's just dash right into like the interview since we're running behind time. And if you could bring our listeners up to speed with who are you individually before Bangers? Let's go.
Sana.
Oh, okay. My name is Nkosana Moyo. I'm based in Edmonton, Alberta, in Canada. I came here about 15 years ago. I currently work in the oil and gas industry. That's my full-time gig outside of Bangerz. And my hobbies are obviously DJing, soccer, golf. That's the newest one. And
Hey, welcome. You knew that was coming, right? New cool sport for all of us.
yeah, um, yeah. And outside of Bangerz, we also launching a new initiative. It's called Republic of My Piano, Canada edition. So we'll talk more about that like later in the interview. But yeah, that's about it about for me, I guess.
Right. No, that is awesome. And welcome, Kosana. Before we even move forward or get to hear who Eugene is, we just had a comment come through for you, Kosana. What is your handicap? Did you see my joke?
Yo,
Oh,
yeah,
you
that, I can see it at the bottom there. He's asking what's my handicap. Ken,
yeah.
it's my first year playing. I've been playing since May. My
Yeah.
handicap, according to the grid, it's an app that we use out here. I
Yeah.
think it shows about 18 right now. I'm working on it.
18? Did you say 18?
I think it does. I think it says 18 on there. I can't remember.
You
I
are
think.
a pro, my guy. I am still at
No,
150 something handicap, my guy.
really? Oh no. We're playing like I'm playing every other day. I think this season I think I'm close to like 50 rounds. We're at like 46, I think.
Are you serious? No, that is awesome. I don't know if you saw this one artist who's based in Zimbabwe who actually put out a video. I think that's what Ken is kind of trying to ask. Where they asked him saying, "What's your handicap?" He's like, I think what did he say, Kenny? If you remember, he's like, "Oh yeah, I have many," or something like. Oh, he was like, "What's a handicap?"
Actually, you know what? I just checked the app. The app just humbled me. It shows 34 right now. We're working on it.
You're cool.
But you're not as bad as Amanda. That's the good thing. You're not as bad as me. I don't play as much. So yeah, this is actually so cool. No, good for you. I will add you on the grid. I didn't know. So I'll add you on my grid.
Sounds good. No, we'll play some rounds. Winter golf is coming up. So
did you say winter golf?
Winter golf, yes.
We do the whole skiing, okay? I am too Canadian for winter golf. We do skiing.
I can't do too many expensive sports in 1 year. I'm sorry. I gotta pick one.
I know, right? No, that is so awesome. And over to you, Mr. Eugene.
Well, my name is Eugene. I guess I've been here for 15 years as well. My hobbies, they include watching soccer because I don't play anymore, so I just watch now. And I'm based out in Calgary, and I DJ, I work, I do maintenance for work. So that's what I'm up to. And yeah, I went golfing once or twice, but that's not it. It's expensive.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
That is
that's
awesome.
all. That's
Because
all.
I know you're saying once in a while because you knew we're going to ask you what's your handicap, huh?
You guys start asking me some golfing terms. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I'm just,
that
I'm
is
just
so
happy to be here.
you're just happy to be here. You know what's so funny
Exactly.
though? As you guys were introducing yourselves, what I found to be interesting is you guys keep saying like your hobbies are Nkosana mentioned DJing. But how are you guys then traveling, outside of Canada with your hobby? Please enlighten us.
Yeah. I think when it comes to this thing, we're still enjoying it. So
Mhm.
while we're enjoying it, we've been lucky that some people do pay us. Even though some people try not to do it, but most times we get paid. So the part that we're still enjoying it makes it the hobby for us.
Right.
You know?
So do you
Yeah.
think when it turns out not to be a hobby, it might start being boring?
We're gonna stop doing it.
Uh-uh. Do you mind just giving me the moolah now?
I
I mean,
think
like,
go ahead, Eugene.
Eh,
we have our normal 9 to 5. That's just boring enough. So why are we adding like more boring into our plate?
no, you can always switch it up. You can choose your boredom. Huh? Choose your poison.
Yeah, but again, like I didn't leave like Zimbabwe to come and be bored more over here. So I'm just trying to fight my battles here. So
Eugene, I
uh,
knew you were going to say something shady, but of course, they're going to hear more of it. Because, Anna, how do
yeah.
you do with Eugene?
I play the long game. It took years.
Ah,
I'm very patient now.
Right? No, that is so funny. And shout out to everybody that's actually tuned in. We see Ken Bumira is on, Vimbai Muref all the way from Australia is on. And then we also have Antis Fiwe based here in Calgary. Shout out to you, Antis Fiwe. And everybody else that we can't really see. But if you'd like to come through, you can come through and say hello to our guests here today. So as we move on with the interview, what or who rather influenced the establishment of Bangers? Hmm.
Let me think. Actually, what had happened was back in 2015, it was 2015, we were just, hanging out, and we decided to buy a small mixer just so we could just play for ourselves in the basement. And that's how it started. Who initially influenced it? I don't know. I can't remember. I would say like for us, like definitely we had like some of the people here that used to DJ, for example, like Jasper Jones,
Mm-hmm.
General, all those guys. We would see those guys playing. So we thought, maybe this is something that maybe we'd enjoy doing. And we just started off just playing
Mm-hmm.
for ourselves, just in my mom's basement, whatever. That's how,
Nice.
and then it grew from there.
Right.
I think
yeah, it grew.
yeah, from then onwards, we like what it really took off once we started playing at actual events like Afrobeats events in the city. Like back then we never had any real Afrobeat events in Edmonton. And then
Mm,
once we started doing like proper Afrobeat club nights, for example
mm,
at Preview, we used to play at Preview a lot.
mm.
Then it really took off and it became what it is now.
And so somebody just asked a question. Nige Chim was, oh, I hope I didn't butcher your name. It says, where are you guys based? And you just mentioned Edmonton, but Eugene, are you based in Edmonton? Like, or where was it? Or should we say it was established in Edmonton? But you know, how does that work?
Yeah, so I am like my home is Edmonton, and then I'm
Mhm.
here because of my work in Calgary
Our
now.
home
And
is Edmonton.
yeah, our home is Edmonton. So I'm here because of work, but like all of I think except for this past year, but the other years, like 90% of our shows came from Edmonton. Um, Now it's getting split between Edmonton, Calgary. Tomorrow I'm off to Lethbridge, which is another small city in our province. So
Mhm.
yeah.
That is awesome. And we have, guess who's in the house? We have Ted Distaira in the house.
Hey, honorable.
Sawi, how's it going? How's Zimbabwe? We see you having fun in Zimbabwe, Auntie. Tipeo Maria Kutarisa. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. And then we also have Ken coming back saying, humble beginnings to great heights. Bangers is a big deal. So, if for those who do not know and are just saying, okay, like guys, why are we chilling with bangers? You're yet to hear more. As you just heard yourselves, Mangwana, they're gonna be in Lethbridge. But they do not only just do within the country. That's why we say it international. You hear more, we're still going. So why the name bangers though? Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
I think so I think the day, literally the first day I
Mhm,
put my hands on a controller, that's the
mhm,
first day, like there was me, Nkosana, my sister, our friend Carlton, Nkosana's little brother as well. And then like we were like Nkosana had the little controller in his room, and then he's just
mhm,
there with it. And then we started recording videos for Snapchat. We're like, you know what, we're banging. So like in music terms, banging means like it's a very good song. Like, you know, so like for how we were using it is like, you know what, we are DJing. To us, it was we are DJing. The
mhm.
following week, we went to Calgary. We met like few of our friends, and then they asked us, "Oh, what do you guys do?" We're like, "Yeah, no, we DJ." And then they said, "Okay, what's your DJ name?" And then we said, "I think that's how Bangers came about." They thought the
Mm.
name, they thought the name Bangers was funny, and we thought it was funny, and then it just grew.
And then perverts would think it's dirty, but I am just saying. I just thought I should put it out there.
Yeah,
Anyway, right?
to us, it was from a music term. We didn't think that way. Everybody else did, and
No,
then yeah,
we just went with it.
But
yeah.
no, that's actually a cool name. And now that I'm actually I've gotten used to it, and I bet a lot of people have actually gotten used to it. Like you heard Ken say here that bangers is a big deal. And by the way, Ken, you know we're in a country where people are so particular about their names. Bangers has a Z, not an S. I'm just saying.
Oh.
But anyway, make a difference. Let's make a difference, right? So, do
Yeah.
you guys have a specific genre that you specialize in?
So
Not really.
not really. Whenever we play or we go out and we have an event, we read the crowd. We can play all sorts of
Mm,
genres. We can switch it up at any minute.
you're right.
But lately, um, we try and push amapiano
Hmm.
in Canada for the most part. Not necessarily that we play it all the time, but we
Hmm.
try and lean a little bit towards that. A little bit. I'm a piano. Well, not necessarily just I'm a piano. Southern. Let me say Southern African music. That's
Okay.
what we try and lean towards, but we play everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
So what kind of events do you go to if you're saying, oh, we try and read the crowd? Because if let's say maybe you decide to specialize in just amapiano, of course the those type of places specifically, right? So for
Mhm.
you guys to be diverse, what type
Yeah.
of events do you play at where you have to get to read the crowd?
So 5 years ago, we established, we're co-founders of a social enterprise. They're called La
Mhm.
Connectional.
Yeah.
So we showcase like Afro-Latin like talents around the city. And
Mhm.
then when we play at that event, we have people from Congo, Nigeria, like all parts of Africa, right? To start. And then we have people from Latin America. So we've been resident DJs since the day it started. When we play, um, everybody is just like, they let us do our thing, but of course there's other people that will look and then we're like, okay, we gotta cater for these people as well, because again, we're not playing for us, we're playing for other people that are part of the audience. So that's one event that I can talk about. And then we have like the Zimbabwean independence or whatever, some Zim event where like we will play some Zim dancehall, we'll add like some South African house, we'll have like other like local like sounds, you know, Sungura sometimes, you know. And then then there's other ones where it's like, hey, come to my club and play for us, you know, we're hosting Afro beats meets dancehall or whatever. So they don't look at us as, okay, those are my piano DJs are coming. It's like those DJs are coming.
Those DJs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually awesome. So, at what point, like, say, maybe clubs is different, but you mentioned that you also have like some events where people actually call you. So, how did they get to hear about you? How do they know about you? How did you guys put yourselves out there as bangers? Other than, of course, you play at one event and then somebody decides, oh my gosh, you need to listen to these guys.
So for the most part, our growth has been from social media. And so people will attend a lot of our events. Like Eugene said, we are part of the La Connectional group. And so with La Connectional, we have different events which are themed. Sometimes we'll have Afrobeat. We have an I'm a piano event. We have an Afrobeat. We have an Afro Latin, and we also have Latin events. So when we have these themed events, you know, you get different groups that show up, and people nowadays have phones and they have TikTok, they have Snapchat. So everybody's always recording, right? Everybody's always recording. And we usually have videographers and photographers there that will
Right,
shoot the content and then we post it on our socials. Hence, that's how the word gets around.
right,
That's how the brand grew essentially to what
right.
it is now.
That's pretty cool. And I hope people are actually taking notes right now. And those who are actually tuning in, thank you so much for tuning into After Five Radio. Right about now, we're hanging out with bangers as we get to know who they are, how Bangers was established, and what they're doing right now. And as we talk about events that you've created and where you play, reading the crowd, and all that fun stuff, let's talk about Sylvan July. How did Sylvan July come about? You understand? Because now it has become a thing, you know, where everybody's like, oh my gosh, did you go to Sylvan July? Are you going to Sylvan July? And for me, like in the first days, I didn't have people to go with, but then now it has become the thing that, you know what, even if I go on my own, I'm going to have a good time. You understand? You're guaranteed to have a good time. So how did then Sylvan July come about and be a theme of, you know, you guys in collaboration, of course, with some of the DJs that we know also play there?
Yeah, no, I did not think we'll talk about Sylvan today, but now that we're
Actually, you
here,
know
thank
what?
you for bringing that up.
I didn't think we would. If you saw me typing when you said something, that's
Yeah.
what brought the question. I was like, oh, Sylvan
Man.
July.
No, like so like Sylvan July, like well, the gathering at Sylvan Lake, it started with like the community that was there before we arrived, like 15 years ago and before that, you know. So that include like, you know, DJM Togo and other people like from our communities where the Zimbabweans just gather at Sylvan Lake, they do their thing. I was one of the people that would just attend. You know, it was fun. I get to meet different people from Calgary, Red Deer, and stuff. And then, like as time went by, I think this was our fourth year, I think, of doing it, or maybe fifth year. So then, like we took over after that. When we took over, um, we kind of made it open for even more people and more young people to come. And last year there was a lady that came from the UK. She really planned a family trip just so that she could attend Sylvan July. And then like after
Oh,
that, we were like, okay, we
wow.
think there's something here. And I think last year was first time we received some sort of funding. The
Oh,
whole time
wow.
we've been using our own money. So like we'll
Yeah.
work throughout the year, and then we'll use our own money, and
Mm,
we'll sell meat to try and like offset some of the cost, but most times the
mm,
tents, the gas, the bright stands and everything. So in
mm,
July is like it's just a community gathering. For us, it's just
mm.
like a thank you. It's
Right.
come and meet other people. Like it's your time for you to leave your home, leave whatever, just come meet other fellow Africans or fellow whoever. Just come meet new faces or meet old friends, and then
Mm,
we will be playing music. Our friends will come join us, like our DJ friends will come join us. They get to play their sets as well. We do give opportunities to some of the new DJs as well to come and showcase their talents. We are hoping to get more vendors. We're hoping to get more DJs, more
mm,
community like organizers and stuff as we proceed. And
mm.
yeah, that's Sylvan July.
You're right.
That's
And that is awesome.
uh,
The fact that you even mentioned that at first you started with your own funds. And a lot of people do that, right? Until you establish yourselves, and then you can seek help elsewhere, which makes it a bit easier because you have something to show for, right? So with that being said, we see a question from Ken asking, so what is the biggest challenge you face in your line of business as DJs? You understand? Because keep in mind where we come from, it's like,
yeah.
oh, I'm a DJ. You understand?
All those
So
bad rap.
it's a different
Yeah.
label. It's an interesting label, right? Or even to hear somebody saying, okay, oh yeah, Amanda is dating Eugene. Oh, DJ, really? So it's
Mm.
the stigma
It's a
behind that.
roadblock. It's a
Yeah.
roadblock as well. Yeah. But 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 no, Kosana, go ahead, because
Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge that we face
Mhm.
in this industry is having access to funding
Mm,
from different organizations. Um, so in order for us to put out different events, for example, if we want to put out Silver in July, we
mm.
want to put out I'm a Piano to the World, we want to put out well, it's actually I'm a Piano to the Moon. Wow. My Piano to the Moon. We want to put out different like
To the what?
communities.
we're
Yeah, my
taking it to
piano
the
to the
moon.
moon. It's called to
Oh,
piano to
oh,
the moon.
Because we're taking
oh,
it to the moon.
oh,
Tando,
okay.
you haven't heard of this
But
one?
I have never heard of it. Me, I'm
no,
so
but you were
behind.
there. You were there for that one in June.
You were
Remember?
there.
Yeah, but
Oh
then
wait, no, let's not talk about
maybe
that.
there
No,
was
you were not
me.
there for that one.
Thank
No.
you.
Who's gonna be there November 18th?
I was
Yeah,
physically there, but anyway,
yeah.
But
really to the moon.
yeah,
Oh, okay, guys, to
so
the moon. Okay, I'm listening.
but I was saying in order for us to put out these events, we need access to funding. So
Uh,
around like so the government and the city they do put out grants, but in order for us to have access to grant writers or even to even know about some of these grants. I think that's like one of our biggest challenges, even to access the I don't know the words to use, Eugene, to access or get in touch with the people, the right people
mm,
in that
mm,
space. It's a challenge. So
mm.
it's a challenge that we're working towards. We're trying to navigate and see how we can find the right people in these spaces to help us out with the grants. I think that's our biggest challenge right now.
So, do you think it's because of the nature of the business, it being, music, it being associated with just fun? And you know how, I don't know, unless maybe you have a cause, because you know how a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, we're supporting a cause and whatnot. And then big
Yeah,
music, DJ, fun. Could it be the cause of the challenges of getting funding?
I think well, so I think from what we've realized getting access to the right people, I think.
Mm,
So for example, we put out Silver in July, right? Silver in July, we've been doing it since 2016. It's a
mm,
community event. It's
mm.
free for everybody. We make zero money out of it, but we spend money to put it out. We spend money to get the tents, to get the games, to get the DJ equipment, to even sometimes even pay some of the DJs that perform at Silver in July,
Oh,
right?
wow.
And we've had issues in the past whereby, we can't even get the power turned on, right? Now we have to get generators.
Wow.
So I think it's having access to the right people, because the past couple of years we've actually, for example, for Silver in July, I bring up Silver in July because it is a community event. We got in touch with the right people. So now the town of Sylvan Lake actually offers us a space. We have a space dedicated for Silver in July. We have power. They turn on the power outlets for us. And we're in talks to see how we can collaborate even more for them to maybe next time give us funding, or provide a stage, or provide something for us for next year. So the
Right.
biggest challenge is the access to the people.
Ken, if you know people, please do come through. Now that you asked the question, you got the answer. So please,
Yeah.
let's help our brothers and more. Eugene, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, no, sometimes it's us just accessing like spaces. There's some spaces that like they don't mind taking our money, but then they don't accept having, maybe they wouldn't accept like the music we play. They might not accept like even our guests, so but they
Wow,
might be
right.
okay with us. I don't know, maybe it's just business, but like that's some of the things that we face. Right
Right.
now in Calgary, like if I show you like our emails, like bunch of rejections when it comes to like venues that we're trying to access. They will tell us like, oh, you guys need this much money to put down this and this and this and this, and they just make it like hard to access. So
Oh,
sometimes they don't tell you no, you can't have it. They just give you some ridiculous amount, or like, yeah, it's just that's part of the difficulty that we face.
and you don't
Just
give
not
up.
getting
I like
venues. Yeah.
that. I like the never give up attitude. And now we're actually having I'm a piano to the moon, even after those rejections. We like that.
Yeah,
We move. We
yeah.
move.
No, people tell you like, oh yeah, we're getting old. Why do you guys keep doing things at the nighttime? Well, daytime we are not able to get those restaurants for you guys. We want to do brunch parties too,
Exactly right. No, I get
but
you.
they don't want us,
They don't want us. No, they will
Yeah,
want us one day if we
one
if we
day.
continue being persistent. And another
That's
question
true.
came from Ken saying, "Are there any opportunities for business owners like myself to partner and partially sponsor your event?" There we go, right? And advertise my business line. Something, yeah. I think you mentioned about having vendors and as you
Yeah.
move forward, and then something that mutually benefits all of us.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, it's us getting to know what business you have, and like just reach out to our email. We'll respond to you anytime because we do shift work. So you message us at 3, we got you by 3:45. So so we have different events, so
Mhm.
where we could share with you ahead of time so that we see what works for you. Currently, we're working with like some of the alcohol brands in Edmonton. When we were doing like the Sunset Grooves, so like the parties during daytime,
Mm.
like we were working with Remy Martin. That's a
Mm.
huge brand. So for us to be working with them at the same time, like we want to work with the other smaller businesses, people that don't have that much recognition. Like as we grow, we just grow together. So yeah, for
Mm.
sure, there is opportunities for us to work and collaborate with anyone, and we would love to collaborate with you, Ken.
Yay, there you go. And I am so glad that people have come through today asking questions and, getting to know how best they can help and be a part of, your guys' movement. So as we continue with our questions today, what sustains your duo, like the two of you guys? Because you already know we have, you mentioned about schedules, about your 8 to 5 jobs, and then having to do all this on the side. And somebody might end up between the two of you, one of you might end up saying, you know what, but because our times clash, you do you, I'ma do me, I want to go solo. There's Beyonce, there's what's his name, this guy who left New Edition, Bobby Brown, there's Tony Braxton, there's P Square, there's Kaz Khalif. Like, how do you guys sustain your duo?
Tell them. Tell them.
I mean, okay. So the thing about me and Kosana, like we go way back, and then
Yeah.
um, he
Dude,
knows.
guys, what new edition in Lavo Beyonce, Destiny's Child, and Tony, and they go way back. But anyway,
No, and the difference between us and them is like where you go, you might get there and then they say, oh, bangers. And then the bangers that they're talking about might not be me, it might be Nkosana. And they wouldn't know that
exactly.
it's actually two people. So like after like you learn that it doesn't matter, there's no me, there's no him, it's just us. Whatever we do, it's just us. Like we get shows where it might just be Nkosana, and
Mm,
I'm there. I'm just happy for him that, like, he's gonna represent us.
mm.
I trust him. We're there on stage. We might be arguing. Not 10 times we have different opinion because we have different styles. But then, like, that's what I like about us. That, like,
Right.
yeah. So that's my take.
Ah, that's awesome. So, how then, you were asking me as we started this interview, a very interesting question, which we shall throw it back to you. How do you manage your time? You have a full time job. And my side hustles, I think they're a bit chilled, you know? Compared to you guys is like you're Joe, like all the energy is all out there, and then traveling, and then work, and then your job is, I mean, like your hobby is at night. Your full time jobs during the day. At what time do you guys sleep?
So I for us, it's a matter of picking and choosing the type of events we play at. We don't play every
Mm.
weekend.
No,
We play at specific
Really?
events. No, we
we
don't play
don't
every weekend.
play. It's hard
You'll
for
never.
us. You
Nope.
you might not find us back to back, and we've been doing this for 6 years. You
We
might
don't
not find
play.
an
Yeah.
event where we do back to back. We don't.
Ah,
We might
guys,
not play
where
Friday,
did I think
Saturday.
that
We
you
might
guys
not
actually
play
play like?
because we have
But
homes,
Yeah.
Tando. We have to go home.
oh, by the way, I forgot
No.
you
Yeah.
have homes.
Respectfully, we have homes.
Yeah.
Ah, no, no, that is so awesome.
and
Yeah,
and
and
and we're and we're just doing it for fun. We're still doing it
for
for
fun.
fun. We're not doing it
Ah,
for
ah, ah,
Yeah.
like
ah, see,
financial
that's
gain.
minimal. If you're doing it for fun, then pass on the money. I'm not joking now. If you're doing
No,
it for fun, pass the money.
when we do it, that's when we will charge you. When we're not doing it, we're not doing it.
You're not
Yeah,
doing it, not at all. And
yeah.
then the kids just came through bangers on the mix, and the bangers schedule is limitless. They don't sleep. See, somebody is confirming right now. So who's telling the truth, your fans or you guys?
Hey, first of all, there's
Everybody.
no fair. Yeah, there's no fairs. We're just here struggling together. The 7% inflation is killing all of us.
Yeah, Gaia. Let's not even get into that one. Let's
Yeah,
just enjoy knowing who Bengals is, please, right now.
yeah.
Do not frustrate me now. Oh. And then, so how? So where? Oh, you actually mentioned about where you guys play. So we've seen you guys go to the states, shows in the states. How do you guys get like those hookups? And do we foresee this hobby going to LA as much as, oh yeah, we'll stop until when it starts getting boring? LA is not boring. Don't even joke around saying it. Exactly. Thank you. So how do you get these gigs? How you're traveling? How are you opening up to such audiences? Because it's not easy, and
Yeah.
also just coming from tiny Edmonton, right?
Yeah, no, think of a chess player who plays chess in Berengwa. Think of a chess player who plays chess in Bulawayo.
Can
You
you
know,
look at
just think of that. Look, think of a chess player playing in Harare. That's Durban.
dude, me, I don't know
Pretoria.
chess and no checkers.
They're all chess players. And then next thing you're online, you're looking at this chess player in Berengwa really doing something similar to you. They align with
Right.
you, and then you're like, oh, okay, I would love to have this person here. And then then that's how we end up going to the US. Like one of the we're part of the biggest Southern African festival in New Jersey. It's called Shisanyama USA. Like we've been doing it for 2 years straight now. And then us being part of that, it's not because like, oh, we do something different. It's
Yeah.
it's just because of like what we do aligns with what they do. So
Uh-huh.
then they reach out and then they realize, oh, okay, even outside of DJing, like, these guys are like open to bring this culture back to Canada, right? So it's not
Right.
even, we're going there to import it as well,
Hmm.
you
Which
know.
is good though, which is good because keep in mind we grew up also getting, you know, imports from the States, the Western world. And now this is exactly what we're trying to do, exporting our own talent so they can get to know our culture, understand our culture, and vice
Yeah.
versa. Yeah, which is so
Mhm.
amazing. And so Vimbai was saying, share your plug. I don't know what. Okay, which plug now? Me, I'm missing your lingo, guys. Me, I am like MJ old school. Please do share your plug. What plug?
No, tell
Oh, it's
tell to
not the one
reach
about
out.
sleeping.
Yeah.
It's one
No,
about
she's
like
asking about the
not
US
sleeping.
play. She's
Oh,
asking
the
about the
Oh.
US
US.
play. But we
Oh.
Oh,
reach out to our email. We'll share details in the email.
And so okay, so please actually, as you can, as you're saying, I'm an email and all the reach out missions, please Eugene, go to my WhatsApp and then just type it and then I'll copy paste and then put it back here. And then here we see Michelle saying, Haibo, sleep is important, guys. You guys need to sleep. And we have Lawrence Mukusha Bangers to the world. Thank you guys for tuning in and welcome, guys. Mickey's based in Zimbabwe actually. And Lawrence, are you actually in Edmonton or Fort Mac right now? Shout out to you, Lawrence.
oh yeah, Mkusha, shout out.
No, yes, right.
Yeah.
It's like bangers to the world, and yes, thank you so much. I just seen your thingy. I will put it just now. So where do we see you in the next 5 years as bangers? As we already seeing you guys exporting your talent to the States and also bringing their culture here as well to just learning both cultures. Where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years' time? Very serious and done, since you said once we're serious, we're done. But
Eugene,
Yeah, Kusana.
you could speak about the festival or speak about ROA.
Yeah,
is this
no,
a
Speak
moment
about what you
first
just
and
for us,
exclusive to After Five Radio? Mhm.
like for us, like we have like a lot of things happening. We have the biggest Afro Latin indoor festival, which takes place inside the second largest mall. Like,
Mm.
yeah, it's the second largest indoor water
no,
park.
Jigget. No, it's the
You know,
largest indoor water park.
no, it's the
Believe me.
second largest. No, is it the
There's no
largest?
one in North America. It's the largest indoor water park. Yeah,
Okay,
Really,
so we have
it's
a,
bigger than the West End one.
it's big.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
so
Oh
like
wow!
we have the largest Afro Latin indoor water festival, which takes
Yeah,
place like inside the largest water park, in North America. So
right.
as long as we just keep building on that, I think it's just limitless. We're just looking at having more artists from back home, more artists from West Africa as well, and other like
Mhm.
parts, and at the same time, we're taking like the local artists with us because like, what's the point of having all these big names come here and go without
Mhm.
like developing the local ones? So in 5 years, we would like to have more DJs as well, like more female DJs, more male DJs, but mainly like female DJs come up,
Mhm.
having like the same skill that like we've seen, like what we consider like the standard. So that's what we would like to see, and that's what we hope to nurture like in the next five. Actually, anytime, but in 5 years, we want to be like, okay, we have grown with these people, we've given these people a chance.
Right. Oh, that is actually so cool. And we look forward to that. And we see kids comment as well. In 5 years, they will be toured the whole of Canada. Don't be surprised. Oh, yeah, of course, if they're already going to the States. Like duh, that is exactly what that's exactly what we're hoping for and looking forward to. And as we conclude you guys being on the show today, what advice would you give? Not to an aspiring DJ, the normal question, but to the parents who have kids who are aspiring DJs, knowing that being a DJ where we come from is looked down upon.
So I would
How
say,
was your support system per se, right? For to help these parents because it's not easy even in today's world, considering social media and stuff like that.
yeah, I would say as a parent, just to someone that's wanting to join this industry, is to support their creativity, but at the same time, um, be very honest about, you know, like what the industry is, like what the expectations, the reality of it, and the reality of the world we live in, but allow the person to express themselves as much as they can.
Mhm.
Don't be don't always have negative energy or negative comments or not, but just allow the person to be creative, but at the same time advise the person of the reality of what the world is. Essentially, that's what we got.
Right.
Mama would say, lihambe phandle but umuntu azazi ukuthi ungubani, right?
Right.
Now know yourself, be out there, but always remember who you are and where you come from. Essentially, that's the
Exactly.
advice.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
That
would
is
give
so
you.
awesome. And we thank Omama for that. And
Yeah.
Eugene.
Well, as a because we come from Zimbabwe, so you already know education is always like number one. For us,
Mhm,
what made our life easy was we went to school. We have
mhm,
something to fall on, and then like
mhm.
we see these artists crying online like about their contracts and stuff. You can be a DJ, but if you don't know how to read a contract, then life could be tough for you. So
I
like,
didn't see it going that way, but okay.
yeah, so like,
Actually
uh,
makes sense, legit
yeah,
though.
so like, go to school, like do your thing, study as a hobby. Like you don't have to quit school, or if my uncle used to say, if once you finish school, like no one can take that away from you. You already have it. You're
Mhm,
already a doctor. Now you can go and be a
mhm,
DJ or whatever that you want. And then when
mhm.
it comes to support, like right now, my brother is actually messaging me. He's watching, so I think my family is watching as well, wherever they are. So like
Mhm.
there's just support. There's just support
Mhm.
like all around us. And then yeah, the advice to the parents is yeah, like listen to what they're doing and encourage them to practice as well. Because just because you have equipment or you have the name like DJ Tando, DJ Kosana or whatever, it doesn't make you a DJ. So make sure like at least practice, because in soccer
Mhm,
you go and train. So if you train,
mhm.
you will become good, and then maybe that will make you at ease to allow your child to go out there and become a DJ.
Right. Well said, and thank you so much. And Abazali parents, I hope you guys just heard our young DJs give advice. This is what worked for us. Of course, even and I guess maybe with Eugene, it actually applies more to even the aspiring DJ. Have your education to fall back on if in case something happens, but parents be supportive of your work. Thank you so much, guys. This was actually a pleasure and an honor having you guys here. I know I need to let you go because you're getting ready for tomorrow. Lethbridge is a drive. So, Nkosana, you're also going to be driving to Lethbridge?
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
tomorrow I am going to be prepping for. We have another event here on Thursday. What is it? Yeah, I think What is it tomorrow? No, next week Thursday. Yeah, no,
Oh,
this Thursday. No, it'll just be Eugene. I'll be supporting him in prayer and spirit.
all
But
right.
I'm gonna be prepping for the other event we have here on Thursday. But before we go,
Mhm.
I want to plug ourselves. We have an event November
Yes.
18 at the Starlight
Shamelessly.
Room.
Where's that?
Shamelessly, shamelessly.
Where,
No,
where's
So in Edmonton, November 18, we have an event. It's called I'm a Piano to the Moon. It's
Mm-hmm.
presented by La Connectional and
Mm-hmm.
Republic of Amapiano. So next interview we have with you, we'll discuss a lot more about Republic of Amapiano. It's another
Yeah.
one of our
Yes.
initiatives that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
But November 18, you
Starlight.
can find the details on our Instagram page. Eugene, did you send in the Instagram page? But yeah, on the Instagram page, or you
Yeah.
can send us an email and we'll send you all the details. So November 18, it is
And
an
Yeah,
for
I'm a
November
those,
piano
18.
experience.
I'm a piano experience, and those who you heard the email address, there it is, and then you say I didn't even give you information and you missed the
Yeah.
letter or the it.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
people get right,
And
exactly.
the cool thing about like this event that we do is like we actually have a full activation. Like we try to have like the lights, the sound, like all these spaces where you can take pictures.
Oh,
We have different DJs playing different sounds, and
wow,
then the venue is 99 years old. I was talking about how they
wow,
don't let us play in venues. I
yeah.
want to talk about the venues where they actually let us play as well. This one is 99 years old. It's a legendary venue, and for them to let us come in and still headline it is very special for us.
Right. No, that is so awesome. And definitely what's you said November 8. Oh yeah, November 18,
Yeah, 18.
which will it's a weekend, is it?
Yeah,
It's a weekend.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Kings of the weekend.
I'll
Yeah,
be
next
there.
day.
So I don't have an excuse, do I?
No.
No, it's mandatory. This one.
And if you come early, if you
I
come before
know.
8 o'clock,
Oh,
we have
we
one of
we
our
offer
bros,
dance.
Ivan, doing an activation. We offer
Yeah.
dance classes, free piano dance classes if you come a little early. So by the time the party starts,
Uh-huh.
you'll be hitting all the popular moves,
Eh?
all of them. Not like Eugene. Come
I'm
on.
Steve.
Yeah, but
I'm still learning.
this guy's so traumatic. Like, but no, definitely will come. Some of us were stiff as I do not know, just as a tree. So
Yeah.
definitely will be there. But no, thank you so much, guys, for coming through, and for everybody who's based in Edmonton or those who are actually coming through to Edmonton around November. You heard it for yourselves. There's gonna be an I'm a Piano to the Moon experience in Edmonton on November 18th, and feel free to get more information on the email below. Don't say we didn't even post it. You have the time to copy it. If anything, come through to me. I'll give you all the details as well. But would like to give a shout out and thank you to everybody that was actually tuned in today. And Goni was saying it's inspiring, Jen. Skip it up. And we have Keith who said thank you for having us. And we have Vimbai who's in Australia. By the way, Vimbai actually said I'm going to be making my way to Edmonton. I feel like I saw that comment somewhere. Oh, there we go. My next stop is in Edmonton. My next visit is in Edmonton. So, yes, I grew up with this girl. She's my older sister. Yeah, we're the same age, but yeah, so we grew up together. Shout out to you, Vimbai, and thank you so much for coming through, Ken, for your questions. Very relevant, and they were really helpful for people who didn't know that people do face challenges in any form of business, right? And these guys are still going regardless of the no's that they have received. But guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful drive. Bangers. One of the bangers, they said when one banger's there, both bangers are there. But so yes, I wish you guys all the best. And like we said, Nkosana has already signed himself all in. It's like the next time we come back before November 18, we sit down and talk about November 18. So please stay tuned for that interview because
you didn't hear.
Huh?
Amy said she has like a lineup, By the time we get back to the front of the line, it's going to be 6 years from now.
But you know what's the good thing about it? You know what I do actually, if you didn't know, Eugene? If there's an event, now actually I've had to bump somebody for an event that's on November 3rd. So I have to move somebody. Yeah. Like my schedule is like, how do I do it? I have no idea. All I know is that once I am done here, I am just going to pass out.
No, we appreciate your
busy is
work
good.
really appreciate
Yeah, no, I
everything
love
you
it.
guys
The
do.
good thing is I love it. But thank you guys so much for coming through. So I wish you guys a safe travels to, especially Eugene, right? And then for your preps, Nkosana, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much
much,
for
Thando.
having us.
Thank you for
Thanks,
Any
having
everybody.
me.
shout
Thank
outs,
you.
any shout outs to mommy, to daddy, to siblings, to you know?
Shout out to my wife. I think she's here.
Yes, shout out to wifey. How are you, Mrs. Moyo?
I think she's
Yeah.
somewhere here.
and Eugene, no?
No, shout out to my friends and family.
It's
And
not true.
definitely,
Shout out to the
I could
kids.
go. I could go up on the list, but I'm scared I might skip someone. So definitely, thank you everyone for the support. Lawe Thando, sakubonga, eh.
No,
Thank
no
you.
worries. It's always a pleasure, guys. Especially, I was like, no. I've promised those guys we're going to sit down together. And I was like, nah, this is it, right? So I am so glad that you guys also managed to squeeze into your schedules, seeing Uguti Sasa, you're actually going to be having a long drive to Edmonton. But anyway, guys, I will see you. To our listeners who are actually watching our show, please, you can continue listening in to After 5 Radio, which is on www.after5radio.net. I believe I had put it earlier on. So we can continue playing you some good jams. And right about now, I am going to be playing you a mix that we actually got from Bangers, so you can see what they're made of, what they're all about, what they do. Kuti muchonzi gonzi ndo vacho vanonzana Bangers. So please do come through and let's have fun. And also, if you have my number, come through. Let me know if you have a general shout out, birthday wish, song request, because we are actually in the last hour of the show. And yes, now we can officially say good morning, baby. It is a minute after midnight and we are in the last hour of the show. All right, guys, have a good one. All right, take care. Bye now.